My dear child, if you have ever believed that angels walk among us, then don't ignore this moment, because this is not an accident. This is a divine interruption, a holy summons from heaven itself. The angel assigned to you has spoken. You have just 1 hour to pause and receive what has been hidden, 1 hour to allow this message to penetrate your soul, and 1 hour before a spiritual door swings open, either toward revelation or a trap that was never meant for your daughter to enter. This hour is sacred, urgent, and divinely timed. Heaven has conducted a spiritual investigation, and the report is ready, but you must receive it by Tuesday. Something significant is happening, a truth tied to your daughter's future, and the veil is about to be lifted. You weren't supposed to see this later. You aren't watching this by chance. The divine clock is ticking, and Archangel Michael has come forward, not with metaphors or riddles, but with a sword drawn and a clear warning. The time for pretending is over. The time for subtle signs is over. Heaven is calling you into awareness, battle, and divine protection for the one I have placed in your care, your daughter. Because something previously planned in secret will be revealed this week. Something dark was whispered behind your back by a woman you once blindly trusted, a woman who wore kindness like a mask, fed you honeyed words, and stood close when you were vulnerable. But her intentions were never pure. She pretended to protect, but her spirit came to poison. This Tuesday, what she attempted to bury will come to light, unless you rise in the spirit and intervene. Unless you speak heaven's protection and stand as the guardian I called you to be. You should know, my child, that this is not a message of fear. This is a wake-up call wrapped in love. I am revealing the unseen not to scare you, but to empower you, because I love you far too much to let you fall into the enemy's web. I love your daughter too much to let her be bound by someone else's bitterness. That is why you are receiving this message now. I waited for the exact hour when your spirit would be most open and alert. And now I need you to listen. There is one woman in your circle who is being exposed. She does not attack with obvious violence, rather, she sows confusion with quiet words. She doesn't break things with her hands, she breaks trust through subtle manipulation. She casts doubt with carefully chosen words. She seems wise, but she is cunning. She presents as light, but she carries shadow. Her advice is laced with control. Her smiles conceal weapons. And for far too long, her voice has been near your daughter, whispering lies that could uproot purpose if left unchecked. But not anymore. I've drawn the line. I have sent angels to protect your daughter from all poisonous words. I will not let her dreams be delayed. I will not allow that woman's envy to plant seeds in the ground that I have already blessed. My dear child, your daughter, is marked, she is mine. I placed a divine identity in her before her first breath. I spoke destiny into her spirit before you ever saw her face. She is not meant to live under the shadow of someone else's wounded heart. She is supposed to rise. She carries a legacy. She carries light. And no jealous tongue, no false sister, no manipulative smile will steal what I have spoken over her. The woman who attempted to curse what I had blessed is being silenced. I've seen her heart. I witnessed what she said behind closed doors. I've heard her private mockery. But I also listened to your prayers. I also witnessed your tears. And now justice is moving. You might be asking yourself, how did I miss it? How didn't I see it sooner? The truth is, your spirit sensed it. That uneasy feeling in your chest whenever she was near was more than just discomfort. It was discernment. Your inner alarm was sounding. You noticed subtle changes in your daughter, the way her light dimmed slightly, her energy drained faster, and her voice became hesitant and uncertain. That was no coincidence. That was war. And your soul, sensitive, prayerful, and alert, was picking up signals from the spiritual realm long before your mind could make sense of it. That is why you prayed. That is why you asked God for clarity. And now, as a faithful and loving Father, He is answering, not with vague hints, but with piercing, liberating truth. Archangel Michael has come forward with a message that cannot be ignored. The woman you once welcomed, trusted, and maybe even relied on was not who she appeared to be. She arrived dressed in helpfulness, smiles, and spiritual language. But behind her words was a motive not of God. She tried to plant something around your daughter, emotionally, spiritually, and possibly even physically. A trap disguised as kindness. An opportunity that looked innocent, but was laced with spiritual danger. But now that heaven has intervened, the fog is clearing. The true nature of her actions is becoming clear. And as this revelation unfolds, don't be surprised if she tries to reach out, through a phone, message, or an unexpected visit. Do not be fooled. That isn't genuine repentance. That is fear. It's desperation. Her influence is unraveling. Her disguise is falling apart. The false light she wore is flickering. And you, beloved, have been called to protect the territory of your home, your peace, and your child. This moment is sacred. The angels are not merely watching, they are waiting for your voice. You have authority, and heaven honors it. Speak now. Speak life over your daughter. Speak Psalm 91 and let it fill every corner of your home, like oil on the doorposts. Declare that the enemy's plan is cancelled, every curse is reversed, and every dark intention is bound in the name of the Most High. This is not the time for fear. It's time for holy boldness. There's no need to panic. You have to stand. Because heaven is fighting alongside you, but your voice must lead the way. This Tuesday marks a turning point. The unraveling has already started. But on that day, the serving will be complete. Hidden attachments will break. The confusion will clear. But be aware that the woman being exposed will not leave quietly. She may deny. She could be blamed. She may cry. But don't fall under her spell again. Don't let guilt or emotion cloud what God is showing you right now. This is not cruel. This is justice. This is deliverance. This is God saying, no more. Understand that what is happening is not just about this moment, it's about destiny. Your daughter carries something rare and divine. She carries a calling in her soul, a mantle of leadership, healing, and favor. And the enemy noticed the mark long before she could speak. That's why the attack started early. That is why turbulence surrounded her. The enemy does not waste its attacks on empty vessels. But your daughter is not unguarded. She carries your bloodline. She walks under your anointing. She is covered in your prayers. And now she is wrapped in God's decree, a decree that no weapon formed against her will prosper. So trust what you feel. Don't dismiss the urge in your spirit. That's divine intelligence. That is spiritual discernment sharpening you for the present moment. This is your time to say, no more. There will be no more silence when lies are poisoning your home. No more accepting energies that deplete your child's spirit. No more greeting those who were only ever meant to pass by. The alarm has sounded. The veil is lifting. And you, beloved, are rising as God's appointed warrior, to protect, speak, cover, and break every chain that threatens your child's future. The hour has passed. The veil is lifting. What was once hidden is now coming to light. The woman who thought she could move undetected, the one who smiled in your face while causing havoc behind your back, has already been overruled by heaven. She lost this battle before she even knew it started. My dearest child, you are not stumbling across this message by chance. This is not random. This is a heavenly appointment. You are being entrusted with revelation that many never receive. Countless parents walked blindly into seasons of regret, unaware of the dangers to their children, because no one warned them. Because no one prayed ahead. But you're not like the rest. You are set apart. You are a watchman on the spiritual wall, guarding a soul's destiny that I marked before birth. Don't mistake this warning for fear. It is not intended to rattle you. It is intended to awaken you. This isn't panic, it's purpose. You aren't being shaken, you're being activated. I am not calling you into anxiety. I'm inviting you to victory. This moment, this holy hour, marks a turning point. Heaven is ready. The battle is already changing. This is the hour when your daughter is rescued, not only physically, but also spiritually. This is the hour to silence the enemy's voice. This is the hour when divine protection takes full command. Cover her right now. Don't worry about saying everything perfectly, simply love her. Bless her. Speak strength into her. Tell her she's safe, seen, and supported. You don't need to explain the entire battle, just surround her in light. I'll do the rest. The angels assigned to your family have already been placed. They are moving quickly. False attachments that tried to hold on to your daughter's spirit are being severed. The confusion she's been carrying, confusion that never belonged to her, is starting to clear. The lies spoken in secret places are crumbling under the weight of my truth. But I chose you to stand in the gap. I could have spoken this to anyone, but I placed this burden on your shoulders, because you have the strength to bear it, the eyes to see, and the spirit to fight. And to the woman who dared to interfere with the path I've laid out, my voice declares, enough. You have touched what is holy. You spoke out against what I consecrated. You have manipulated, twisted, and poisoned, thinking I would not respond. But I've witnessed every word. I've heard every whisper. I sent a conviction, but you rejected it. I showed mercy, but you mocked it. And now I take off the mask, not to shame you, but to protect what is mine. This is not merely a spiritual message. It is a spiritual alarm. The fire you feel rising within you as you read these words is not fear. This is confirmation. Your soul is responding to heaven's signal. This is why your heart is racing. This is why your spirit is stirred. It's because you know deep down that you're meant to be reading this right now. Not later. Not tomorrow. But at this exact moment. Because what happens next depends on your response within the next hour. 1 hour. That is all. 1 hour to activate the word. 1 hour to speak boldly. 1 hour to declare protection, call angels, cut ties, and declare that no demonic assignment will succeed under your roof. Tuesday is not just another day in the calendar, it is a divine appointment. It is marked in heaven. This is the moment when the spiritual battle reaches its peak. The results of what has been going on behind the scenes will begin to show, but they will be in your favor, if you do not remain silent. The woman who once moved freely in your space is losing access. The timeline is shifting. The interference is coming to an end. And your daughter, the one you carried, cried for, and silently prayed over, is rising. Not just emotionally, physically, but also spiritually. The interference is breaking. Her gifts are awakening. Her peace is returning. This is not just protection, it's about destiny. Your daughter carries a mantle. She carries a divine mission that the enemy recognized before she learned to speak. That's why the attack started early. That's why she's battled storms that didn't make sense, because the enemy saw the fire in her before anyone else did. But I, the Lord your God, have always seen her clearly. I've never removed my hand from her life. And now, through your obedience, your voice, and your spiritual authority, I will ensure that she boldly steps into everything I created her to be. The enemy has been working quietly, weaving lies into the shadows around her, subtle thoughts of confusion, weariness, and misplaced identity. He whispered to her mind, trying to pull her away from peace, dim her light, and exhaust her hope. But now I speak, and I don't whisper, I roar. I am the Lord, your God, and my voice is louder than any lie. My presence is greater than any shadow. I saw everything before you did, the quiet battles behind her eyes, the tension in her laughter, and the tears she never let fall in front of anyone. I saw her trying to carry the weight alone. I witnessed her struggling to smile while her heart was sinking. You may have only seen glimpses, but I witnessed the entire storm. I was with her through every sleepless night, every overwhelmed moment, and every time she questioned her worth. She was never alone, not for a single second. I am the God who sees. I am the Father who never misses a moment. And now I will reveal something sacred. Tuesday is more than just a date, it is a significant moment in the Spirit. A divinely appointed hour. It is not a coincidence. It is not random. It is written on the heavenly calendar. The enemy hopes you won't notice, that you'll treat it like any other day. But I've been waiting for this. Tuesday is when I move with force. Tuesday is when the veil thins and my power flows. Yes, the enemy may try to stir things up, but I will overwhelm them with my glory. That day is not for fear, but for faith. You have 1 hour, a holy hour, to prepare. Not with anxiety, but with authority. To step into your rightful place as an intercessor. To raise your voice in prayer. To declare that your daughter's mind, body, spirit, and path are not open to attack, they are under my protection. Don't wait. Don't wander. Act with faith. Because Tuesday will change something, and your words will have the ability to shape it. You feel the weight because your love for her is strong. I placed that love within you. I created it to reflect my own. Just as you long to shield her, I have always shielded you both. Just as you would go to any length to protect her, I went to the cross for the same reason. That was more than just an act of mercy, it was a divine transaction. Her future was purchased with blood. Her destiny was sealed by my sacrifice. And that's why no darkness can lay claim to her now. She is mine. I've marked her. She is walking under my covenant, even though she does not see it yet. But, hear me clearly, the enemy's current tactic is distraction. He's trying to instill fear in your mind, to keep you anxious and make you dread what should be your moment of breakthrough. Do not fall for it. Don't give fear the last word. I say, Tuesday is not something to dread, it's something to declare. Declare healing. Declare clarity. Declare that no weapon created will prosper. You are not powerless. You aren't silent. You are covering for her. You are her intercessor. When you speak, heaven responds. Archangel Michael has already been dispatched. He isn't coming, he's already there. Standing guard at your entryway. Preparing the way. Disarming the traps the enemy attempted to set. Removing the wrong voices. Silencing the lies. What the enemy thought he could do, he cannot, not on my watch. Every chain he tries to wrap around her, Michael is breaking. Every lie spoken against her, Michael is unraveling. Every wrong person trying to influence her path, Michael is driving them out. Because this is more than just a battle for the present, it's about legacy. This is about a life of calling, purpose, and divine brilliance. And I will not allow that light to dim. I will not let the enemy's schemes write her story. I wrote it myself, and it ends in victory. The world may try to label her, but I've already given her a name that can't be erased, chosen. Anointed. Protected. Destined. She isn't breaking down, she's breaking through. This isn't her downfall, it's her rise. But, beloved, your voice must rise first. This moment hinges on your prayer, faith, and bold declaration. Speak when she can't. Speak when she's sleeping. Speak when your own heart is tired. Speak up when doubt threatens to cloud your vision. Your words bear the weight of heaven. They are not empty, they are weapons of war. Remember who you are. You are more than just a parent, you are a warrior with divine authority. You have been entrusted with this mission. I didn't place her in someone else's home, I chose you. Because I knew you'd look beyond the surface. I knew you'd fight when others ran. I knew you'd pray when others froze. And now I'm calling on you once more. Not in fear. Not in a panic. But in power. Stand between your daughter and danger. Raise your shield. Speak my word. Break the assignment. Reverse the curse. Cancel what the enemy has planned. For Tuesday is not a threat, it is a throne room moment. And I'll meet you there. You may be watching the clock, waiting for Tuesday to arrive, but what happens between now and then bears the weight of heaven's promise. The spirit realm is shifting, and the enemy is aware of it. He stirred confusion, cast a shadow of unrest over your home, and whispered doubts that disturbed your peace. But hear me, what is breaking is not your daughter, but the chains that bind her. The curses were intended to follow her. The fear meant to mute her voice. They are all shattering now. She is being awakened to her true identity, and you are collaborating in this miracle. Do not believe the lie that you are too late or that the worst is yet to come. I declare that my goodness is searching for her. That my angels are with her every step of the way. That every enemy plot will be thwarted and every lie exposed. I will take what was intended to harm and turn it into the gateway to her greatest blessing. Stand firm on this truth. Your prayers reverberate through the heavens, and before Tuesday dawn, the story will have changed. Archangel Michael stands guard over your daughter, poised to unleash heaven's healing fire. He swears, she is a beacon of my light in a world grown dark. This is why the enemy struck. That is why she's known seasons of isolation and misunderstanding. But this is the end. Tuesday is not a downward turn, rather, it is the beginning of her mission. The spark within her will blaze anew. Hidden gifts will emerge. The leader, healer, and peacemaker she is destined to be will step into her authority. But you must remain vigilant. Do not allow frustration, offense, or anxiety to distract you. Keep proclaiming my promises. Keep your heart free of doubt. And watch how I bring people into her life who speak life, clarity, and peace. And I tell you, faithful guardian, I see the depth of your devotion. I remember the nights you paced in prayer. Your fierce love birthed silent tears. The burden of responsibility rests heavily on your spirit. You do not need to carry everything. Give me your burden. Entrust your daughter's future to me. My love for her surpasses even yours. I sculpted her in secret places. I walk before her every day. And nothing can stop what I've decreed. This hour, right now, is consecrated to your faith. What you speak in this moment will ripple into every tomorrow. Raise your voice in worship. Seal her rooms with words of life. Write down my assurances, and allow your heart to believe again. She won't be lost. She won't be broken. She will grow and flourish in my spirit. Your prayers are not echoes in the void, they are the drumbeat of heaven's army moving to her rescue. Breathe deeply. Take a bold stand. Step into your divine mission. Tuesday is not a day to dread, it is a day to declare victory. This hour is not a time for panic, it is a time for power. Your daughter's path is being cleared. Grace is paving her way. My presence goes before her, and before you. Nothing will stop what my spirit has set in motion. You are protected. She is sheltered. Everything is unfolding in perfect accord with my unfailing love.